This video is purely just for information only. I don't want to come across as I'm attacking these people. Hello everyone, welcome back to Roscoe's World. My name is Josh. Today we're going to talk about literary agents. So when I first started writing my book, finding a literary agent or a publisher was never really part of my plan. I was just gonna write a book and see if I could sell it, and if it sold, great. If it didn't, no big deal, because I didn't write Roscoe's World for really anybody. I wrote it for myself. It was just something I wanted to do, and so, if people were interested in reading it, here you go, type of thing. I really had no intentions of going the author route, because personally, I'm not really an author. Never thought in a million years I'd ever write a book. I mean, it blows my mind that I wrote a book. And so I decided that I wasn't going to do that route. But then I wrote my book, and everyone that had read it said it was pretty good. And a neighbor of mine said, "Have you thought about trying to find a literary agent or a publisher to publish your book?" And again, I really didn't think much about it. I just kind of thought, well, no, I'm not gonna do that, because it's not part of my plan. And then she kind of talked me into it, and so I thought, all right, well, I'll fill out some submissions and see what comes of it. So today we're going to go ahead and talk about that entire process, and it really is a process. And I'll show you tips and tricks and everything you need to know about literary agents and how to find them and how to submit, and then some of my issues that I had with the process, and then where to go if the answer is no. Now, first of all, this video is really just for informational purposes. I'm not too bitter. I'll be honest, I'm a little bitter, but I just want to point out though that this video is purely just for information only. I won't be showing any of the literary agents' names or their agency. I don't want to come across as I'm attacking these people or their company. Even though they said no, I'm not trying to attack anyone. So you'll see black boxes over the names of the people that I'm going to be showing you as examples of what I'm about to tell you. Anyways, let's get started. All right, so when I first started looking for a literary agent, I didn't know where to look. I didn't know anything about literary agents. And so I decided what I was going to do was go onto Google, and I just started putting in find me literary agencies. What happened was I ended up with this. This is 145 agencies that I submitted to. These are all agencies. Put in color coding for this when I was filling all this out, but I've applied to every single one of these agencies, 145. And some of them I did multiple times. The ones in the greens are the ones that I'm still waiting to hear back from. The ones in the red are obviously rejections. A lot of red. Blue is the ones that I had already submitted to, or another person in the agency. A lot of agencies do not want multiple submissions to the same agency. So when you're looking for a literary agent, you don't want to submit to multiple agencies. So you want to pick one at that agency and then wait to hear back, and then you can do it again. Now, some of them don't want you submitting to anyone but them. I'm not a fan of that. The process, the waiting process is a really long time, and I'll go over that in a second. And to put everything on hold while you wait for them to reply, I'm just not a fan of that. I'm not someone who likes to wait around with my, holding my hands while I wait for you to read my submission. Any agency that's like, oh, we want exclusive submissions, don't even bother with them, because it's a waste of time. Because chances are they're going to say no, and then you just wasted 6 weeks of your time. All right, so anyway, so here's all the agencies. I did 145. Now there is more than this out there, but these were all the agencies that specialize in middle grade books. Now, another thing that I wasn't aware of when I was writing my book was what the category my book would fit in. So a lot of these agencies, they have these categories as far as, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. If it's fiction, is it middle grade? Is it young adult? Is it adult? Is it for kids? A picture book, a chapter book. They've got all these categories for your book to fit in. And I wasn't aware of this when I wrote it, nor was I aware of this when I started this whole process. After doing some research, I realized that I guess mine would qualify as a middle grade, which is what I'm after. I looked for agencies and agents that specialized in middle grade or young adult fiction. So here's my list. Now, where do you go from here? How do you look for the specific agent you're looking for? If you are interested in reading Roscoe's World for yourself, you can pick up the book on Amazon.com, or you can pick up your own copy at roscoesworld.store or roscoeworld.com.